Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. And we're talking about that moment you feel like a child as an adult, but not in the good way.
Not in the child wonder joy sort of
not
way.
like I visited Disney and it just brought back these memories of a
Yeah.
good time. Yeah, no.
It's
not
when
like
people are looking at you like you don't belong or you don't know what you're doing. I'll give you an example, and then you guys chime in at 312-591-8300. I went to get pizza last night at Spaccanapoli, which is the place I said that has in my Mount Rushmore of cheese. You have to get burrata from there. Burrata anywhere else. And let me tell you something.
Oh, let me tell you something.
We had really, really good food in London. But the one place I tried burrata, it was terrible. And I said, I shouldn't have got it here. I'm breaking my own rule. The only place that's good is at Spaccanapoli, right on the north side here in Chicago. A great pizza place, but the burrata's an appetizer. So I go in there and get some pizzas. And they know me because we order pizza there almost weekly.
Oh, yeah.
And I go in and I'm wearing my Bears hat. And the guy behind the counter hands the pizzas to him and he goes like, Bears look good in London, right? And I go, I was there.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't say anything. His face didn't exactly say anything, but I could look in his eyes and he thought, you don't have a passport. you weren't in London. And I didn't, I wanted to say something to follow because he didn't say the words, but I could see he thought that I was lucky just to get to the pizza place to pick up the pizza. Like, I was lucky enough just to do that. And I walked out of there like almost my head down. I put my hoodie up and I just like, wah, wah, wah.
I was there.
I was there. My dad was there too. My mom and we were all there.
It was awesome.
It was great. I just felt like a child. And then I felt like
You're
didn't.
a big ass kid. I have to be honest.
I also felt like I didn't deserve a passport at that point. Like
you lost it in that moment.
I didn't deserve to go to London with our listeners. I didn't deserve any of it. It just felt bad when I left there. He didn't say one word. This poor guy.
It felt bad.
I saw in his eyes he didn't believe me that I could pull off going to London.
I think the general feeling is that exactly that. He didn't believe you, that you're not getting away with it. He thinks you're trying to pull one over on him.
Yes.
It's a very emasculating feeling.
Oh, it took me an hour to recover from that, picking up the pizza.
Oh, luckily you had pizza.
So you know what we're trying to say here, Kenzie? Do you have that feeling ever where you just feel like a child and you just don't belong?
Every once in a while, I have this moment where I have to step back and I'm like, whoa. Because like last night, like my husband right now has the flu. So I had he was locked in his room and I had both kids. And Tristan's like, I'm helping Tristan with his math homework and I'm trying to get Marino to eat his food. And I'm doing that. And I'm like, I'm not old enough for this, okay? It's just in all these math questions. And I'm like, I don't know, man. He's like, what? So the difference between, I don't know, okay?
Yeah.
So I'm asking me so much stuff. Like, what is happening? And I'm like, I was at clubs like just a few years ago. COVID really did me in. It was a really big life turn. And
Sure.
It was instant. And I'm like, where am I? What's going on?
They say in school you'll never use that math again. Well, you do need it.
You just use it when you're
for
raising kids.
Yeah, that's it.
It sucks.
Kid gives that blank look like, well, mommy must know what the math
No.
is. You're like,
Mommy doesn't. Mommy
Yeah.
failed this class.
Case, do you have anything like that?
Yeah, I was just at Rosebuds on Rush celebrating my anniversary with my girlfriend.
Good restaurant.
Phenomenal restaurant. It's our place to go. If you're somebody who's gluten-free but misses Italian food, Rosebuds on Rush has an excellent gluten-free menu. That's part of why we like it so much.
Wow.
And I go there, and I'm in my collared shirt, and she's there, and she looks gorgeous, and she's wearing a dress. And the entire time we were there, we felt like the biggest frauds. Like nobody could actually believe that we were eating there, that we could afford to eat there. The waiter gave us the specials, and he looked dead behind the eyes. Like he was going through the motions because he knew we weren't going to get any specials. He only thinks we're there because we stole Dad's credit card and we're trying to get one over on our family. I have this feeling all the time. I'm 25 now, and I would say it's safe to assume it's not like I look super young, right?
The mustache made you 10 years older.
Trap question.
No. This job has aged me tremendously. I don't look super young.
Yeah.
But sometimes when I talk to adults that are in an authoritative position, I go, oh my God, they're looking at me like I'm 13. They don't believe that I could be in this position, and it's humiliating.
I want people to chime in with these stories like that where you just feel like you don't belong, like you're just back to being a little kid when you didn't know anything. Alan's checking in here. Alan, ahoy. What's on your mind, bud?
Starting a new job or going back to the office is like first day at school. Like, do I raise my hand to go to the bathroom? Like, how does this work?
Do I raise my hand to go to the bathroom?
That's awesome.
You're so right. The first day at work, you get that stomach pain and who's friends and they're not going to like me and should I sit next to them? Oh, it's unbelievable. Wow.
It's weird. You should never be embarrassed to have a new job, but it's really embarrassing to start a new job. I don't know why that is, but it's been a constant throughout my entire life.
Yeah. Check in here at 321-591-8300. Zach said a similar story that Kay said. We went and ate at RPM Italian, and I felt like the entire time they were going to give me the kids' menu. Do you want a grilled cheese?
Exactly. It's like they're just one step away from giving me chicken tenders and not even asking what I want.
Oh, God. Please check in with more of your stories in these situations where you just felt like a child. 312-591-8300.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Before we continue with our topic of that moments in life you feel like you're being treated like a child, like you're a fraud. It's 8 o'clock right now. Tomorrow at 8 o'clock, we'll launch Ticket Blitz Thursday, which will be Q101 Twisted Christmas 2024 tickets. We'll do night one right at 8, which Cage the Elephant. We gave those out earlier in Clash with Kenzie. And then at 9, we'll do night 2, which is the All-American Rejects, headlining that night. Plus, you'll get so much others on that night. You get the main. You get Andrew McMahon performing a special acoustic performance, and Dexter and the Moon Rocks. 4 bands for that night. So 8 and 9 tomorrow, free Q101 Twisted Christmas tickets on the last day of the pre-sale, which is going on right now until 10 o'clock tomorrow night. Use Byline right now at Q101.com to buy your tickets. The all-in price is right there, I should say. No fees extra once you buy that ticket. That's the price. And that ends tomorrow at 10. If this is any confusing or too much info I'm giving you, just remember, it's all Q101.com. Go there and check it out. So we're talking about those moments you felt like a child. Yesterday, I went to pick up a pizza. Told the guy I went to London. He did not believe me that I could get to London. He did not believe me at all. Also, a very funny text here from Kayla in Cherville. Checked in and said, my family still treats me like a child. They put me at the kids' table every year at Thanksgiving. I'm almost 30. They just say, sit with the kids. Kayla in Cherville, thank you for checking in this morning.
We had a text from 847, and she said, I work in elementary school, and every time I have to sit in the tiny chairs, I find it extremely humbling. And it's so funny.
Yeah, it's amazing when they can hold you up to those chairs.
It's always a risk.
Let's go to Kyle, who's checking in. Kyle, ahoy, what's up, buddy?
Hi. So I feel like a child often as an adult. I'll be 33 later this month. But I was raised in Villa Park. For those who might not know, it was formerly the only Ovaltine factory in the nation before it closed down.
Wow.
So I'm a chocolate milk loyalist.
Okay.
What does that mean?
So when my wife and I go out to get breakfast at a restaurant, I'll always order chocolate milk with my food.
Okay.
I mean, it's on the menu for a reason.
Amen.
I guess I'm that reason. And I guess it doesn't help my case that my wife is 10 years older than me.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
So I get looked at like her child fairly often.
I'm so glad you called, Kyle. This is exactly what we're talking about. A grown-ass man.
Who described himself, and Kyle, I love you for saying this, a chocolate milk loyalist.
Yes.
He knows who he is, damn it.
Like you're ordering some kind of feta omelet at a diner, and then you say, yes, what would you like, sir? You probably want some coffee? No, I'll have some chocolate milk.
I'll take the Nesquik, please and thank you.
I'll stir it myself, please.
He's like, is it fresh? Is it pre-made? Doing the little chocolate syrup back there? You want to know what I'm working with.
Pull the James Bond, shaken, not stirred.
Kyle, who has the best chocolate milk in Chicagoland?
This is good.
Well, outside of getting my own Ovaltine mix, there's a place out in Downers Grove, the Baked Apple Company, hands down.
Okay.
The Baked Apple Company in the DG has the best chocolate milk in Chicagoland.
You'd think they'd have the best apple juice, but I guess chocolate milk is where they thrive.
The apples can suck it.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101 announced yesterday, right at this time, is the All-American Rejects. Right there, performing at Q101's Twisted Christmas 2024 on night 2, with also the main Andrew McMahon, who has such a cult following, will be performing kind of a special acoustic solo performance, doing music from Something Corporate, Jack's Mannequin, Andrew McMahon in the Wilderness. It's going to be very special, a very special night for that. And then also you get Dexter and the Moon Rocks on that show as well, which 4 bands, that'll be 9 o'clock tomorrow. 8 o'clock we'll give away Cage the Elephant and Franz Ferdinand and Almost Monday for night 1 of Q101's Twisted Christmas. So Ticket Butts Thursday will go all day long tomorrow, every hour, free tickets. Lauren, Brian Phillips, Kevin, all the way through. And you'll get your chance to get to a night of Q101's Twisted Christmas right into the end of the pre-sale at 10 o'clock tomorrow night. Please, can't stress enough, get your tickets in the pre-sale. Mm-hmm. You'll be listening to get the free ones, but buy them to guarantee it. I can't stress that enough. Now is the time to do it, to make sure you're locked in and ready to go. You can always sell them later if you will get the free ones, so go that route. We'll close out this conversation about when you feel like a child. This comes from Derek, who checked in from Woodridge. My job calls me every morning to make sure I'm awake.
What?
I almost need to know more about this story. They call him every morning.
Is that like company policy?
I mean, they can't call everybody, right?
No, it's got to be Derek policy, not company policy.
Interesting.
Well, so he says, my job calls me every morning to make sure I'm awake. He says it's ridiculous, but I also did just wake up late today. What? Oh, God.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q 101.
Cage the Elephant performing at Q101's Twisted Christmas 2024 announced yesterday, and tomorrow at this time, 8 o'clock, Ticket Blitz Thursday will launch, and we'll give away free tickets to that show, Cage the Elephant, night 1. Also tomorrow, we'll have a chance in Clash with Kenzie, so make sure you're listening tomorrow right in this hour range here at 8 o'clock. But first, today, it's time for Head to Headlines, where you choose the content of the show. We give you 2 headlines. Now, there's been tons of them this week, the funniest headlines of the week, and we give you 2. We narrow it down to 2. Then you decide which story we break down and talk about. On the text line, you text headline number 1 or headline number 2. Remember, we'll never talk about the other story again, so here we go. Headline number 1. Bath & Body Works apologizes for candle designed with what looked like KKK hoods.
That made it through a lot of people, unfortunately. That sucks. Not good.
Holy cow. That is headline number 1. If you want to hear more about that story, text in headline number 1 to 312-591-8300. Headline number 2, I don't know if it can compete. Both these are very funny. Aquarium star whale shark shocks visitors because it turned out to be a robot.
Okay.
Wait, say that one again.
Okay. Aquarium's star whale shark
Very nice.
shocked visitors because it turned out to be a robot.
Because it wasn't one, you see.
I think I'd be pissed if I was that. That would really upset me.
So those are your choices. That's headline number 2. If you want to hear more about that story, text in headline number 2. So your choice. You decide the content for the show. Text in right now and help us decide what story we'll break down after Harvey Danger. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q 101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q 101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101 in the middle of Head to Headlines, where you decide the content of the show based on the headline alone. We go through tons of headlines all week. The funniest headlines on the week. We narrow down to 2 and then let you decide what the content of the show will be, what story you want us to break down. So, headline number 1 today was Bath & Body Works apologizes for candle design with what looked like KKK hoods.
It's just, you think somebody would have saw it, you know?
Yep.
It's a big crew over there.
The thing about the hoods is that they're not sneaky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're pretty in your face about it.
Yeah.
You know,
No, they are. It was kind of the point, you know?
Sometimes you buy the wrong beer, you know, because you just see the label and you go, oh, man, I bought the wrong stuff. Well, I'll drink this anyway. If you did this and bought this, I think you have to return it.
It's a tough one to keep. It's not a collector's item.
What if you were the one, you know, it's like, I didn't see that when I looked at it, I swear.
Well, that's the thing. Kenzie hasn't seen it. I've seen it, but we'll see
Is
if you...
there a way? Should I look it up?
Don't look it up yet, Kenzie.
Okay.
I'll tell you what. We'll see if people decide. Otherwise, we'll never talk about that story because headline number 2 was Aquarium's star whale shark shocks visitors because it turned out to be a robot.
That is shocking that it didn't even exist.
This is the toughest one in a while this week because it's getting pretty close.
All of the messages we got with people going, freaking laser beams. And like, the shark. I can't even breathe. It's been so funny.
Oh, man.
I'll take the one with freaking laser beams.
This is so close, very close. It's almost to the point where we should read both, but we always say we'll never read the other one again. And headline number 1 won the battle here today and had the headlines. Bath & Body Works apologizes for candle design with what looked like KKK hoods. Now, should Kenzie look at it now or when I get in the story a little bit, Case? What do you think?
I would like Kenzie to look at it now. I think it will determine how she handles the rest of the story.
Okay.
How do I look at it?
So just put in Bath & Body Works candle, and if you hit news story, you're going to get 800 news stories
Put in
about it.
Bath & Body Works KKK. See what comes up.
No, don't do that. I don't want you to get red flagged by our company.
No, I think that's already happened.
Yeah.
I'll hit the news tab.
Because that'll just pop up the first.
Oh, I see what's happening. Oh, my.
Now, the candle is called Snowed In.
Uh-huh.
I bet.
And
Yeah, wink, wink. We know what that means.
Brian, describe the candle real quick for those that haven't seen it.
so it's got like what you might see a kid when you were a little kid in kindergarten. You made snowflakes out of paper
Like a
and you cut them.
It's a paper mache snowflake.
And then they use that image on the candle itself. But the problem what they did there is they left holes in the little formation
Yeah,
of the
remember when you cut
snowflakes.
designs into the snowflakes? There's holes.
So the holes look like eyes,
Uh-huh.
and the part of the snowflake does exactly look like hoods. So
It does.
I don't know why somebody in the process. Well, let's get to the story. You guys chose us. So let's get right to the story. Bath & Body Works apologizes for selling candles that look like Ku Klux Klan hoods. Now, the last part of the story, the last sentence, you have to stick around for, please. If you don't want to hear this story, but please stick around because the last headline, last part of it, you have to hear. Okay, here's the story. Bath & Body Works apologizes for selling winter-themed candles that came under scrutiny for label imagery that drew comparisons to Ku Klux Klan hoods, according to multiple reports.
I bet they got a couple calls.
Yeah. The candle's called Snowed In, includes a large image of a paper snowflake whose side-by-side diamond shapes have a pointed top and 2 holes cut out for where the eyes could be. Right there alone, somebody should have said, I don't know, we can do a lot of things with this candle, this thing. Do we have to do this?
I didn't realize candle design was this intricate.
Well,
Whoa. Bath & Body Works is all about the candle design. Because sometimes I like a set, but I'm like, this doesn't match the season. I'm very red around that time of year. For example, por ejemplo, like let's look at this candle, right?
what kind of hoods does that thing have on it?
We're looking at Snowed In. And besides the racism, I would have never bought this candle because it's pink. And I don't have any pink like Christmas stuff.
Okay.
I would have never bought this because my house is very like red and green.
Wow.
It's very gaudy for the kids. I also wouldn't have bought it because of the racism, but I also wouldn't have bought it because of the pink background of the
clashes.
candle.
Yeah.
You know, clan clashes, huh?
Oh.
Not good.
Clan clashes with your decor?
Yeah, not good.
The feng shui of your living room?
Yeah, it doesn't match.
It also says it's, especially fragranced. I don't know what the Ku Klux Klan smells like.
I would guess bad.
Cigarettes and stale beer.
Yeah, I don't want to
Well,
associate
it's
any
called
other brands.
snowed in, so maybe like body odor because they're all stuck in a cabin.
Maybe.
Could be. So, it continues. They apologized. Bath & Body Works said the company stopped selling the candles online immediately. And at retail locations, they also stopped that too. They said in a statement the design was unintentional.
I bet.
I would hope so.
We never know. Listen, hiring people is hard. You don't know what you're getting all the time. Everybody gives their best face in an interview. Perhaps somebody slipped through their process of hiring and is a racist and made this design and thought nobody would notice, and nobody did. And it got through.
I have to be honest. When I saw this candle for the very first time about 3 minutes ago, I thought it looked almost alien face-ish because it's a little rounded.
Yeah.
It's not as pointy.
It's pretty pointy.
It's pretty pointy. But to me, I definitely, if I saw this candle, was walking through the store, I'd be like, this is a stupid design because it looks alien. It doesn't look Christmassy at all. So it was a miss as a whole. It just doesn't look good.
Missed the mark.
Well, unless the mark was racist.
Unless that,
Obviously.
Perhaps it sold well in the racist community.
That would suck.
And you're going to know who's a racist if you go over their house for Christmas this year and they have the candle like right at the front door.
Damn it, Grandma.
We talked about this, Grandma. So they also quote from the company, "We apologize to anyone who was offended and are swiftly working to have this item removed and evaluating our process going forward." Meaning, whoever made the candle, they might check in on what they do on the weekends. And the final statement I told you to stick around for was, the Anti-Defamation League considers the image of the KKK hood to be a hate symbol. Well, that was very brave of them.
I agree. Rightfully so.
Correct.
It's a hot take. It's the new company logo.
So there you go. There is the Bath & Body Works.
OMG. Can I just say? Somebody texted in. I love this 847. Good thing they didn't call it White Christmas.
Oh, boy. Yep.
It would be hard to dig yourself out of that hole.
That's right, yeah.
This is a coincidence?
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.